We're live. This is the awkward part where you sit and wait for him to tell everybody you're live. There we go. Hi. Hello. Bronze Beauty. Ooh, I love that name. Bling Boutique. Jessica. Oh my goodness, so many of them. Hi, Celeste. Hi, Frankie. Let's get our Katie in here. Okay. I said accept. Did it not work? Katie, it hates. Oh, there you are.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
good. Listen, I have a little bit of a cold. So if I'm sniffly, that is why.
It's a little rasp.
Yes.
It's got a little
Yeah.
sex appeal to it.
Yeah.
Hi,
Just
our
please
friends.
the crowd.
I am struggling. Okay, there we go. It was a real struggle there for a minute. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying
Oh,
to
how's
get
your
this
day been?
pretty good. Just working, but also trying to fight off the cold.
I'm so sorry you were sick. We have
I
that
have my little
too.
heater on. I'm feeling good.
Oh, I love
Hi.
that. Oh, look at you. You're in your cute office. You can see your like press-ons and everything.
And my little
I love it.
heater
Oh,
and my lights.
oh my. Box light, like special lighting for
It's
suchness and
yeah.
because.
Well, it's like we got the filtered light, like two different filtered lights. Usually I'm over there and facing this way, and it's just so dark that it just looks like I'm in a dungeon. So I came by the lights.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, look, Wing Boutique, she just got over the flu. Oh, thanks, Peach
Good.
Mangoes.
Well, I'm
It's
glad you got
bad.
over it.
It's bad
It's
right now.
everywhere.
Sucks. Guys, thanks for joining us. We're going to talk nail thoughts bases. Lots
Yeah.
of people have questions. I'm going to be upfront with you. We absolutely have an announcement at the end of this that we're going to talk about. Like, I hate when people aren't transparent about this stuff. Like, we're absolutely going to share with you some things and some cool things,
Yes.
but we want to answer
Yeah.
questions about nail thoughts bases. We're going to
Yeah.
give you some info
Hmm.
on them. And I basically strong arm Katie into this.
I know. I'm so not a live person. Hillary's the live pro. I'm a live chicken.
I
I'm a
just
live
like it.
chicken for real. Like I am like, I don't wanna.
I
But
know, but I like
since I
look at all
have
these.
you, it's like my emotional support person.
That's who I am. That's who I am. Honestly, I just like feeling it's kind of more casual because we're friends.
Yes.
We work together,
Yeah.
and really, we're just hanging out with our nail friends. We're like
Mm.
in the back room of the salon right now, chitty chatting.
See, I like that. I like that. The break room, if you will.
Yes, we're in the break room. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
there's my Miss Amanda. Okay, baby. So, Katie, if I were to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay, first, I feel like we should like, I know I had a deep thought. Could you tell?
Mm-hmm. I was like,
Mhm, mhm. It's just FaceTime. See, look,
no, it's so
I'm
is.
new to nail bot spaces. My nails have never looked felt better. See,
Yay.
they love it. And
And
I love it.
yeah, if you have any questions, I feel like I always get a lot of base coat questions like
Mhm.
scattered everywhere, whether it's DMs, emails, like YouTube, like Instagram, like just everywhere. So I feel like this is kind of a good little get together just in case people have any questions while I'm here.
Yeah,
Just so
for
we can
sure.
bring it all to one place. Or are we going to save this live? Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say there.
mean,
Yeah,
we don't have to,
we
but
got it. We got it. I feel like it's really helpful.
it's for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So this was something, yes, I'm genuinely shocked about the lack of heat spike. Got all my nail school classmates on it. Yeah, see, it's like a fave, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Okay, so if you were going to answer the question of when I would use clear
Mm-hmm.
base versus when I would use a tinted base, that's one question I have for you, but I
Yes.
have one other question.
Okay.
It's like something I've seen happen
Okay.
is describe what the tinted bases are.
Okay. Just start from scratch,
Yeah,
huh?
Like, let's just like give them a little something, something.
Okay. So the tinted bases are literally exactly what they sound like. They're a base coat with a color built in, but they're also a builder base. So base coat, color, builder, all in one. And it saves you time in the salon, especially for those clients that, usually get kind of the same things over and over again, like whether it's like a French tip or that light baby pink, milky white.
Ooh, that's a
It's
good one.
all what?
So that's a good one. Love
That's a
milky.
favorite. That was like a salon favorite for my clients. Like that was one of my most popular in my clientele. But yeah, it's a semi-hard gel, so it's not a full hard gel. It can be soaked off. It's still difficult to soak off. You kind of want to file it off anyway. It's made for kind of building and then almost like rebalancing the nail. So that's kind of the basic gist of what it is.
Yeah. And I like that because sometimes so the goal is for it to be tinted, right? So it's
Hmm.
not like this opaque look. It's like that yummy, slightly sheer. I've heard it called so many things. I've heard soap nails, lip
Ooh.
gloss nails. I know that one was new. Somebody sent me that, and then they sent me a picture, and I'm like, oh, you need strawberry
Yeah.
milk. You need this
Yeah.
face. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And it's that really clean aesthetic
Hmm.
in those tinted bases, and they're meant to be like a slightly transparent effect
Yep.
that is honestly sometimes hard to get with some polishes. You have made some of your polishes, like your colors,
Hmm.
play into those transparent effects, but yeah.
Hmm.
I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so how you said it can be
Yep.
rebalanced. I'm looking at questions
Okay.
really quick as we go. With it being a semi-hard gel,
Hmm.
we're always trying to balance the like adhesion
Mm.
with durability.
Hmm.
And the more durable something is, here's like a little bit of gel theory
Yep.
for you guys. The more durable something is, the more hard or rigid it
Hmm.
is. The more adhesion something has, it usually has more flexibility to it. So it can move with the natural nail
Yep.
plate. Katie has like found the middle zone.
Hmm.
So that's why it can be like a base and a builder. And if you're using a tinted base, a color in
Yep.
one. Is this helpful, you guys? Is this helpful? Is this
I
what you want to
I think
hear?
it is
Okay.
for sure. I feel like it feels like I'm at a nail expo.
Oh
I mean, like
my
base coat
gosh.
builder all in one. It's a base coat builder all in one. It has a color built in. I got it on lock.
It's
So
got
that's
adhesion and durability.
yes.
Like you guys know this about it, but there's clear and tinted.
Hmm. Yes, we have a clear
Mhm.
version that is definitely our most popular, especially for clients that, don't want to commit to a color all the time. But like if your clients, get milky white all the time, every single manicure, then that's perfect because you can get them out in and out so quickly with just milky base, and that's your base coat and color, and then
It's
just
done.
top coat on and you're good to go. And
Mhm.
then I think someone said, do you see the like line when it grows out, like if you use a tinted base? Um, it depends on like what you do. For example, if you do have a client that gets the same color every time, it doesn't matter. But you're always going to want to file it super thin, as flat as you can. I personally leave a little bit of a layer underneath the sorry, I'm getting distracted. See,
Yeah.
I don't do lives. I'm like reading comments and I'm like, okay, log that, log
No,
that.
you're totally tracking. Like you leave a thin layer to protect the nail plate because it
Yes,
becomes very transparent the thinner it
it does.
gets.
Because they're all pretty sheer, but like the darker colors, yes, I can see why people would want to take that off. Which you can, because you can file it really thin and you can use maybe just like a diamond bit to kind of even out the rest of it and get the rest off. You can soak it off if you want. It's just more of a task, I think. It's just an extra step that you don't need to take, I think.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people do is I do this if I want like, a really pigmented color like strawberry lemonade
Yeah.
base. I will put a thin layer of clear base underneath it
Yep.
and then build with the like really pigmented one on top of it. So then I have that like cushion,
Yep.
So that's kind of what I would do on myself, especially if I'm doing or if my client wants like a really pigmented color. I'll put a layer of clear just so it makes things easy for me in the future
Yeah.
when I file it off.
like giving yourself a barrier. And
Mhm.
then you kind of know when you're there, like when that color goes, but you still have that
Mhm.
barrier there. We had a comment where somebody had some peeling off and if it could be under curing. Yeah, I would say
Yes.
that's under curing
Yeah,
for sure.
peeling is.
Under curing and then not prepping the nail plate, which it can be one of those things like
Mhm.
where really you need a hands-on situation to say like, am I prepping this nail plate enough? But because we have that zone of rigid
Mhm.
where it's durable, like I'm clickety clacking on the table. You guys can't see this.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
um, we need something for it to grip to.
Mhm.
So you do need to
Mhm.
give a little texture to that plate, but then the under curing, and that's been something that we've talked about
Mhm.
before. When you're using tinted bases, you want to make sure you're allowing them to cure all the way through.
Mhm.
And because they have durability and adhesion in it, I don't feel like you have to lay them really heavy,
No.
Katie. Like
No, I feel like that's a mistake that even I made when I
I've
first
made
started
it,
like building with tinted bases in general. I would go so thick because I was like, no, I need that extra strength. I need it. Like my clients need it. And then you know what changed it for me is getting my nails done by other people and just seeing like, you know, other people that I like really like their work. And I just was like, what the hell? And so I would book an appointment and I would see how little base coat they would use on like my long nails. And I'm like, dang. And then they're still strong. And that kind of like made it click. And almost like I needed someone else to do it for me to be like, just trust the amount that you put on. And
yeah,
then from then on with all of my bases, I really don't, you don't need to go as heavy handed as you
yep.
think.
Yeah, I like this question too. Can you put Cocoa's Mega Stick base underneath? So
Yeah.
underneath the Nail Thoughts products, number one, primer is built in. Look at me. Look at me when
Mm-hmm.
I say this. Look at my eyes, everybody. I didn't trust this for a while.
Same.
I we're being serious. We're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the back room. Remember, we're in the break room. This is a safe
Mm-hmm.
space. And it truly is built in there. You just want to make sure you prep the nail plate and then you use 90% or higher alcohol to
Mm-hmm.
cleanse and fully
That's
dry.
all you need.
You can just go right in with the base.
Yeah.
Now, if you talk to us about the option of Mega Stick,
Mm-hmm.
if needed, not needed majority of the time, but we all have like maybe that one client. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's
Like one or two.
lifestyle,
No,
like where
so true.
they're just. mm,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
Yes. I feel like I did Mega Stick like when I was in the salon. I had two clients that really needed it. But was what was interesting is because they would come back and it would be just chaotic, you know,
Mhm.
like because I would build with the base, do the usual steps, and for some reason those two would always come back with just like crazy, just like lifting, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I did start with Mega Stick, but it was funny. I realized because it still was a little chaotic, less so because the Mega Stick is a lot more flexible, and I think their nails were really weak and
Then,
bendy, so it helped absorb that shock. But I
yeah.
will say, I it clicked for me that those two specific clients always came in the mornings, always came at 9 a.m. straight. They were obsessed with skincare, like very serious about it, like very serious about their skincare. They would come in at 9 a.m. and I wouldn't cleanse their nail before
Oh,
anything. So
oh, so
what was happening?
residue.
They had their sunscreen. I mean, they were like, there's sunscreen, there's makeup, there's so much like stuff. And I wasn't cleansing the nail beforehand. And what was happening is I would, you know, use the e-file bit, the like cuticle bit on top of that like oil and spread it all over without me realizing
Oh
it.
my
And I
gosh.
was like, oh my God. And you know, it was funny because I was like, I'm cleansing the nail after
Yeah.
I removed the gel, and I was like, God, but what's happening? Because then what would happen is like I would apply it and it would start to like shrink a lot. Where I'm like, dude, oh my gosh. And it clicked. And I was like, and ever since I started doing that, it was the world of difference. Wiping. So now
Cleansing.
I do it on everyone. I do it. I don't do a manicure without cleansing before. I feel like it's so overlooked. There is
Yeah.
so much stuff. I mean, I'm putting sunscreen on. I'm like fidgeting with my hair, and then I'm coming in, and then like putting all the like spreading on the oil with my e-file bit.
Yep.
I'm like, mm-mm. It's very.
That is such a good point.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. I hadn't thought about that.
I know. Isn't that interesting? And it's funny because like maybe you're like, God, it's weird that I always get like lifting around my cuticle area. I do the best cuticles ever,
Mhm.
but I keep getting lifting around my cuticle area, and it could be because of any sort of like oil and stuff left
Yeah.
over that you didn't get before that you kind of embedded in with the e-file and the file.
That's the word. You're kind of embedding because the question
Mm-hmm.
is, do you buff the nail or use like light sanding band? You want to have texture, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of texture. We're not beating the crap out of the nail, but the goal is for like a rebalance because this product, we want it staying on the bases
Mm-hmm.
and filling. I mean, people call it fill in, fill,
Mm-hmm.
rebalance, whatever. But yeah, you want a little texture there. So if you're creating texture and
Oil
I'm
such
like
a
laughing because
texture.
I'm like, duh. And then you're kind of shoving in like amazing skincare.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was
Okay,
very interesting.
okay.
Like
That was a really good tip. I
it
think that
changed
was a
everything.
really good tip.
And like it's so funny. You'll notice it now. Like if you start to do your nails, and the first thing you do is start wiping your like grow out, even just wiping the whole nail. Just do it.
Yeah, whole nail.
But especially like really scrubbing it with like your thumbnail and a little just alcohol, and
I'm
you'll
doing it right
see
now.
the pad. You'll see like if you do the white pad, you'll see a little bit of like dirt or something. Not like
I'm
dirt.
doing it right now.
Good.
I'm like
Can't wait.
curious. I've never like
Mm-hmm.
beforehand.
Mm-hmm. I know, man.
Can you guys see it? Like there's like a residue. I am clean. I
No,
just washed my
it
hands.
doesn't matter. It's that skincare, you know, because it like even I scoop out my lotion like this, you know, and it's all over. You
Can
never
you
know.
guys see that? It's hard to see. Look.
I see it. The little tint,
Oh my,
the
and I
little
use
brown tint.
tinted sunscreen. Damn it.
Yes, yes.
Katie.
You gotta be careful. I'm telling you. I feel like we gotta get the world on this.
Oh my gosh. Look, somebody says, what? I've been using primer underneath it this whole time. Yeah.
You don't need
In fact,
it.
okay, I have an opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
I was a primer girl. I think a lot of us were raised on primer. Also, there's different kinds of primers, sticky primers. Look at that. You guys, it doesn't even look, I'm not a dirty person. Shut up. Okay. So anyway, back to primer.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally in class becoming trained as as a cocoas educator, which Katie pulled me into, by the way.
I did.
She did, which I'm so grateful. I
I said
love it.
scoop up.
She's like, huh, and I was like, yay. Um, and that was the first time that I really trusted it without primer.
Yes. No. Oh, you know who finally got me to get off primer? It was like 2020, I think, or maybe like
Mhm.
2019. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But Paula,
How?
Paula Ponce.
Yeah, and like if your
He was
systems
like,
are
"Can you
built
wear?"
with it, great. But like it takes away a whole step too. And here's what I found. Okay, here's my honest experience.
Mm-hmm.
If I give a little bit of texture,
Mm-hmm.
right, to the nail plate, I cleanse it properly, I've done all my cuticle work properly, I swear the product sticks in place tighter with even just the brush from the bottle.
Yes.
Then like with primer, I feel like things
Slippery.
they kind of crawl. They kind
Yes.
of
I know
like that
that.
first layer stays in place better. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
love it. Okay, somebody asked us about the pot versus the bottle. Do you want to take this one?
Preference. Like
Same product.
it's preference. It's the same exact product. Some people like the pot because you have a lot more control because you use your own brush. You're in charge of how much you scoop out of it. You have a lot more control. It takes a little bit longer. But if you're someone that's really particular about like where every little bead of gel is placed, then the potted gel is totally for you. And then the bottle gel is much quicker. You still can have that control. It just depends on the feel of it, honestly.
Yeah.
I used to use potted ones, and then I just fell in love with the bottle. I just love how quick and easy it is.
Yeah.
So but it's again, it's all preference.
Well, and that's why you have the application brush. But another cool thing you guys can do is you can do a little blend of them because they're the same product. So
Oh,
essentially, sorry, like I'm so tired of clothes right now at the end of the day. I'm like, "Wah." Okay, pretend I'm
yeah,
professional. Okay,
I'm very.
so you can take, huh? I have Milky right here. I did not even plan that. I swear to God, I did not plan that. Oh my gosh, that's cute. So I'm all cute. So you can use the product out of like essentially use this to store your brush in and use your product out of here. But like if you're doing really long nails and you like this brush for application, because it's kind of a nice brush, it's not too like wide
Mhm.
or anything, in my opinion. Good job. Good job, Kate.
Oh,
It's like I'm not talking to the creator of it. I'm like, you know what I think about the
you're
person
like
who made
something
this?
interesting about this product.
I'm
Mm.
going to tell you because I don't think you know about this product.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm all
But
tuned
like if
in.
you're doing a long nail and you need more product, it can be faster to hurry and scoop out of the pot and finish. So sometimes I like to have both right there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's all
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone said no
Ooh, good.
primer is blowing my mind. I know you got to trust the product. That's what the like sentence always is trust the product. So,
I know. And you have to use it how it's meant to be
yes.
used, or it's hard for like Katie to troubleshoot with you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And sometimes learning how it's supposed, like little things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like who thought about cleansing before? I'm still a little upset. And then like making sure that you are, well, oh, I just lost my train of thought. It is the end of the day.
Please don't even worry.
Oh,
I
and then
am.
you're using, those of you who've been using stress,
I got
those of you who are
cold.
using primer.
I got the little hot face. I got the sniffles.
Yeah, we're all good now. Yeah, so like little things like that make a big difference. Mind is blown. I get shrinkage with base often. It's frustrating. Never thought about this, right? That's why we're doing this live. This is why Strong Arm True. I was like, come on,
Yes,
Katie.
I know.
We talked about it all weekend. She's fine. Everything's fine. We'll get her some therapy about it later. It's gonna be
Yeah.
okay. It's hard. Like it's vulnerable,
It is.
you guys, to do this and hope that we're helping people
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So it is.
Mm-hmm.
How long would you recommend for a client to have a rebalance? Do you mean the time between appointments or length of nail?
Oh,
Answer both.
no, I think
Um,
rebalance. Like how long in between appointments,
I
probably.
think so.
I would say max 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think the perfect zone is 3.
Yep.
It depends on their growth thing, but the product does last.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, the arch is shifting. We don't want to put undue pressure on the natural nail.
This is like 6 weeks.
So
Don't do this.
bad example. Well, you're among nail techs right now, so we
No,
all know we do it to
I know.
ourselves.
It is wild. Anyway.
Somebody says, do you feel like primer can be a bad thing, or is it not using it just a time saver? It's because it's all built in. It could be. If you're having product breakdown, you're adding a product that isn't built into the
Mm-hmm.
system. Product breakdowns like lifting, popping, whatever, peeling.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what you're using. And so the chemistry changes. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be a reason.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like why? Why? Like you just want to keep it simple. It's more of like that, like why spend the money? Why add the extra time onto your service? Just you don't need it. Don't make things overcomplicated. Again, you don't have to spend the money.
I think like as products have evolved and gotten better,
Mm-hmm.
the technology is better, so these things can be included in different ways, and it's hard for us sometimes to trust and follow along. And I think it's just fine to be like a little cautious, but then also be willing to try. Try the way it's
Yeah.
made to be used, because when I finally did, I was like, look at me working faster because I'm getting it closer to the
Mm-hmm.
skin without touching it
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
My appointments were faster.
Yes. Yeah.
Look what Nail Eye Design just asked us. Can you see
Oh
it?
God.
I'll read it to you. It says,
Yeah.
are you guys doing a class soon?
Oh. Boy, do we have news for you.
You just hold on one little second, pretty girl. You just
Boy, do
wait.
we have an announcement for
Uh-huh.
you.
It says, what lamp would you recommend? I am diehard the Cocoas LeBlanc. Here, I have
Yeah.
it right here. I just taught a class, so it's like
It's
in
also
my
my personal, my current phone stand right now. So we'll see.
Oh, well, it does have like the little labels
Yep.
and stuff. So here's why it has such high nanometers, and the gel is made to cure
Mm-hmm.
in this design of lamp.
Mm-hmm.
Where like it's a high nanometer, the orientation of it, but I also feel like that lamp is just really universal
Mm-hmm.
because of its high quality, high nanometers. That's my 2 cents
Mm-hmm.
on it.
I use it.
That's it. Okay. Should I
Yeah.
use it for a phone
I use
stand?
it.
Okay. Let's talk about this.
Girl.
Seeing all the stuff about HEMA,
Mm.
I've never had an allergy problem with nail thoughts. Wondering if you guys know what the deal is with all of that. Do you remember our training with the head of chemistry from
Yeah.
Japan? Do you want to take this or do you want me to take it?
You can go for it. I'll add.
Okay.
I'll add.
So this was fascinating. We got on a Zoom with the head of chemistry, and there was the head of like the cosmetic something of Japan. You guys know that in Japan, cosmetic grade, like anything is like here we are and here they are.
It's so
like
true.
they just that's why
It's why
their skin, like everything.
everything.
So everything. And we asked the head chemist about HEMA, and he literally said to us, "What is it with you guys in the US and HEMA?" He's like, "You're
No, for real.
literally touching cured HEMA all day long." He's like, "The problem is uncured HEMA."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "You are touching it constantly."
Mm-hmm.
So the uncuring's a big issue. And a lot of that's people laying tinted bases too heavy, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Just
And
under curing and too thick.
too thick, and then lamps that are too low nanometers are too old. You
Mm-hmm.
guys need to replace your lamps probably yearly. I mean, it depends how often, how much you're doing
Mm-hmm.
nails. But that is something as nail techs, we invest in something and we think, I'm good for 10 years. It's still turning on. Like,
Right.
so, and then the head of the cosmetic, I don't want to quote her position wrong, but she was saying they did take, I mean, it depends. If anybody has any issues, you need to refer them to a doctor for sure. But they did experiment with the other issue being getting uncured gel on skin, like
Mm.
getting too close to the skin. They took somebody who had a reaction, very carefully applied, not touching the skin. The nail grew out totally repaired, no problems.
Mm-hmm.
So we're overexposing clients. If anything is sticky on your desk, you're a shitty nail tech. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there. You have to clean your bottles off. You have
Mm-hmm.
to clean your
Wear
desk.
gloves.
You have to not be
Yeah.
sticky. And
You
there's
gotta
that issue.
protect yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want that on you, and that's what causes like the contact dermatitis of just constantly overexposed. Even like I knew a nail tech who um started getting an allergy to acetone. So her skin
Mm.
would just peel and peel and peel. And she like was like, I can't, how am I supposed to do nails anymore? Like because it's like the lack of protection. Like you really gotta like be careful and protect yourself. You're exposed to so many chemicals, and like if you're not like if you're getting stuff on your skin and not properly, getting it off, then you could get a reaction.
Yeah. Like they would not have them wash their hands or whatever happened. So HEMA, yes, there are some HEMA allergies, but the actually truly tested had the methacrylate test because some doctors just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 people in my class last week who were like, finding a doctor who will even do the test has been so tricky because really it's probably a built-up of overexposure most of the time.
Yes, it's not just a one-off thing, by
Mm-mm.
the way. It's not just unless you're like you're actually allergic to HEMA, but like
Right.
it's never a one-off thing. It's more of like a build-up. Even I used a primer on somebody and I noticed something was
Mhm.
off. Like the nail was starting to lift, and I was like, this is really frustrating because I'm curing everything properly. And I realized, I said, you know what? We're going to figure this out. And I stopped using the primer on her because I was like so worried about like her constantly like having lifting and everything. And the primer doesn't cure, it lays wet for a while. you know, you're not immediately curing it and it's hardened. The primer is sitting there for a while
Overnight.
and air drying. It's not immediately being cured. And I stopped using the primer on her, and her nails were perfectly fine. It was
That's another
crazy.
thing.
Such a like, dang, even more of a reason because like primer is a lot of primers are also
Yeah,
HEMA, right?
because it's like a bonding agent and
Yeah.
it's in a lot and it can be an allergen, but you guys just got to be aware. Um, and that's part of the benefit of the nail thoughts bases. It's built in and made to cure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where people don't have as many issues. Oh my gosh, this is sweet. You guys are amazing. We're all rooting for you. Love hearing, learning from you. Ah, do you mean that Katie and I should do this more often?
No, take it back. Whoever comment, I'm like,
Okay, somebody's having problems with their super long nail girlies. Every time I get Apex Feel Good, it floods out. Product control. That's one of those things like I would like to get my hands on you with it and see
mm-hmm.
what's happening in your like pattern of application. Katie, do you want to weigh in?
I would say if you're, I mean, for one, I also, this ties in with another question of like when to use nail thoughts versus platinum filler. Platinum filler is harder than nail thoughts. So that I would recommend when your nails start to get maybe like even like a little bit past this length, you gotta do a clear builder because you're gonna end up, if your nails are really long, you want to do a clear builder because you're gonna build with that tinted base and you could
I'm
risk under
hearing.
because you're going to put too thick of a layer to protect the long nails. Platinum filler base is really good for long, long nails. And I would say platinum filler base, if you're using that with your long nails and it's flooding, I wonder, I'm like, they,
Me, it's a rhythm. Like you might be adding too much at once because
so
you can.
they're probably twice the length of yours. Are you using platinum filler? Because I feel like platinum filler has a little thicker of a viscosity,
It
so I feel
does.
like it's a little bit more control.
Mhm.
But it is like it is probably it's definitely a rhythm that you got to get used to.
Yeah,
And
and
if they're hot, if they run really hot too, as a
oh
human,
yeah.
if your salon is really hot,
If it's humid that day, things move
mm-hmm,
quicker. Like you're not crazy, you guys. These are real things.
mm-hmm.
Something I always like to remind those who are doing long nails is you can do this in layers.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to go down in one shot.
yep,
So if you need to build like a really good basic structure and then you're like, I need a little more apex, do another layer.
yep, totally.
So and then it won't flatten as fast
What
on
people
you.
do also that people do that with tinted base too because if they're scared if they're nervous like maybe this nail is too long but I want to use the tinted base then definitely put a thin coat of the tinted base over the whole entire nail and cure that and then you have that nice protective cured layer on
Yeah,
top
like
of the nail.
essentially you can use it for your second layer to give some tint if you
Mm-hmm.
need more product there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Did you just see Polished Dreams? Wait, I missed the first part. No primer?
Yeah.
I love it.
You don't need it.
This is fun. Then for Christmas and I'm obsessed. I want to practice more often. Do you have any suggestions for stands, nails to use to practice on? Yeah, there's like lots of things. Honestly, like nail tips, it sounds funny, but I've even bought like plastic ones off of Amazon and I'll put them on these little things. I know it doesn't have the skin, but nothing's really going to have skin but a person. I like anytime Katie's released a new tinted baseline or whatever, I'll get these out. And because every single one of them can feel a little different depending on the color and pigment. And I always will lay them down, treating this like a natural nail and get the feel of them. They're very like easy to go between colors. It's not like a big dramatic difference, but I like to also have like sample tips that look like it should look. Some people will make sample tips that look really opaque and then their clients
Mm-hmm.
want them really opaque. So practice on tips, like totally to get that product control because that's what you're really after when you're practicing. And nail polish is pretty forgiving and self levels.
So nicely.
It's still turning on, so accurate. Anybody else feeling their desk right now? Oh, if you're
This
sticky, I'm like behind. Scroll down, scroll down. Okay, LeBlanc versus the other cocoa lamp. Size is one of the big
mm-hmm.
things. like the infinity lamp and being able to be portable.
Yeah, wireless.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest ones I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of any other? You already answered the length. Twice the length is yours, Katie's. Yeah, a little bit longer. Love this so much. I'm catching up, guys. I'm catching up.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, Katie's just gonna wait for me. She's like, see, she's such a
No.
patient friend. So patient. Do you guys want to know how Katie and I, well, should we tell the story of how we first met? I think we're adorable.
Yeah. Do you remember what year? I don't.
I do.
Okay.
2017.
Really? Wait, how'd you remember that so
Because
quick? You have such good memory.
it's when so my Instagram used to be, so I own Lacquered Loft, right? And I turned my Instagram into Lacquered Loft. And then in
Mm-hmm.
2017, I realized I was lost in the mix and I was wanting to teach more. So I started a new Instagram and started building it. And then I decided, what's the harm in like collabing with other nail techs, like supporting each other? So like I reached out to Katie. I randomly found you.
I know. Instagram was just, I felt like it was maybe a little smaller then. Like it just felt like it was easier to discover people or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because sometimes when I'm on there now, I get a little overwhelmed and I feel like I'm a dime a dozen. But the truth is, nobody is who you guys are. But I relate to that feeling if you've ever felt that
Oh
feeling.
yeah. That's my
But I think I was
goal.
searching out and I loved your style, your spunk. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take a chance. I'm like,
Me more.
hey, hey, Katie. Hi. Um, do you want to like support each other and shout each other out
Yes.
on stories? I really like your style. I feel like you're a great nail tech.
Yes.
And I just like had 20 seconds of courage and sent it and was like, guess we'll see.
Yeah. And we literally, and then I was like, yeah, sure. And then we just did, I don't know, like a couple stories, and we were like, what is up, you guys? Follow this girl. She's amazing. And we just did that on each other's stories, and it was like super amazing.
It was
And we were
so
friends.
fun.
We just followed each other ever since.
Uh-huh. We met each other in Long Beach for the first time for a few seconds
Mm-hmm.
at a show.
Yes. I remember that. Actually, I remember that. Wow.
Yeah,
That's what
it's so
we
wild.
were.
Yep. Yep. So basically, you just never know the
Mm-hmm.
connections you're going to make and getting to meet each other in person, all that's so fun. Oh, look, IG back in the day was so good. Yeah. Oh, the conversation between the two lights. So Infinity Lamp does it even have gradual cure? I buy the LeBlanc every time.
I've never used that.
Yeah.
The
It's
infinity one.
just smaller, whereas the LeBlanc, somebody said less heat spike. The gradual cure, I think, is a little more
Yeah.
gradual on it for people. And the more you got product, the more you're likely to
Mm-hmm.
feel a heat spike and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, you guys are so smart. Low heat settings on lamps. I know we use this to prevent heat spike, but is it more risky to not fully cure? You want to make sure, like, you want to use the low heat for either the full time, which is longer than a normal cure, or I'll use it for like the first 10, 20 seconds
Mm-hmm.
to freeze things in place and slow down the curing bonds because bonds cure and they release heat. And then I just put them to a full cure. You always want to make sure they get a
Yeah.
full cure.
After even just the gradual one.
Oh, there's our arena.
I saw that.
Meeting you guys changed the trajectory of my life. Arena saves my butt all the time with stuff and classes. I want one. Come on.
Yeah. You gotta just like
Oh, there it is.
commit. Yeah.
You got it.
You gotta commit. Have to like actually mean it
Mhm.
for it to
Mhm.
track that.
So guys, guess what else I strong arm Katie into? Mhm.
Take a wild guess.
We've talked about it a little, but not a lot. I convinced her, not a lot. That's why we're like, we need to share this. So I convinced her to fly out to Utah to teach a class with me at the end of March, a nail pot certification. Yeah, because this is such
because
an easy hub to fly into. There's so many nail techs here in Utah who love you, love your product. And so just close your ears because you're not going to like what I'm going to say, Katie. Like, this is your chance to meet Katie in person. She hates this stuff. She hates it. That's why I have to be like, oh, I love you so much. Can I just get you? And, but she, once she's there, she loves being with her
no,
people. But
it's so
she's
true.
not
I'm
going to
there,
say
but
it.
it's fine. It's just the
Drinking
anxiety.
my salon just got on drinking soda in Utah. She also wants to try the soda shops.
That's why I'm going.
She's really like literally almost a year ago, she texted me and said, "What is this about soda shops in
I had
Utah?"
never heard of this ever.
And I'm like, "Yeah, more soda shops than coffee shops." She's like, "What?" And then she went, "Oh." Then she went and found a YouTube about
Oh
it.
yeah, I was
Uh-huh.
diving down the
Uh-huh.
rabbit hole because I was like, this doesn't feel real. Like I was like, is this just like a random like TikTok or something that I saw? And then it just was everywhere. And now I'm like, wait a minute, it's just so fascinating. I'm like, I've never been to a soda
I'm gonna
shop.
get you. We're getting you. We are doing this when you come. So we are doing this. We have plans. So listen, you guys, the class is March 29th in Lehi, Utah, which is like very central. It's like 20 minutes south of the airport,
Mm-hmm.
25 maybe. And it's both of us.
Yeah.
And you get to come be with us. You get to come certify in nail thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You get to troubleshoot with us. We get this like things we've been talking about. We get to freaking be hands on with you
Yeah.
a whole day. Katie and I put
Answer
together,
all of your questions, especially your very specific questions. You
yes,
know, like I feel like that's really helpful. It's just you get to be there with us and just ask away. You know, like it can be the most random specific questions of like I have a client who does hair and this, and I have problems with this. You know, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to have inhuman like interaction and just get that help.
yeah, there's something like it. And I don't know when I'm going to get her to do this again. I'm just saying, because I asked for it last year too. I don't know what happened this year where I got it, but I'm really happy about it. Well, and last year we did the first ones ever, but she
Mm-hmm.
hasn't like been doing in person a lot of any of that. So, oh, look, they're loving your birthstone collection, reflective flash,
So fun.
all of
You
that.
wait.
Yes, it is worth the drive from Idaho. So listen, we also put together a killer kit. So I was going to tell them some of the things in the
Okay.
kit.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to give you a bit kit, by the
Mm-hmm.
way, little extra something for you because we're going to teach you about how to work with your e-file bits with the Nail Thoughts product, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be
And
giving that to you.
it's important to learn about all of the e-file and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when I used to take classes, they would always skip out on like the gel removal and rebalance, and it was just applying and cuticles. And I remember going into the salon when I was like brand spanking new, not knowing how to remove people's gel, like and file it off because I was like, wait, all these classes are skipping that, so we won't skip that.
Nope, we're doing a carbide bit, and the kit's almost worth $100, just the bit kit. And then, look, somebody says, when does this class go on sale? It's live on Katie's site right now.
Now,
Do you want to put the link in?
how do I do that?
I don't know, but then they would go away. Wait, you guys, you want to stay. I put it at the top of the link in my bio, and it's on Katie's site, Nail
Okay.
Thoughts. It's because we have an extra special thing we're going to give people who register by a certain
Mm-hmm.
time. So the bit kit's almost 100. Then we're giving you a full, like, killer good. Katie and I like, sat down and created a nail thoughts kit for this class, according to also nail art that we're going to teach too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not only going to get bases, you'll get colors. I have some of them right here. That I did plan, but not the milky. That part I did plan. Somebody says who wants to carpool from LA? Do
Left-handed
it.
for sure, yes, because I'm left-handed as well.
Yep. We will have lefty bits for our
You
lefty
would?
babies. Yep. Is that in the registration page for them to tell you if they're lefty?
No, I think what we did last time was we reached out to everyone who
And an
booked.
email,
Yep.
like their confirmation email, like tell us if you're left-handed. Okay, yeah. But if
Mm-hmm.
you're left-handed, make sure to tell us because I will get you lefty bits for
Yep.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then that kit is about $200 value.
Mm-hmm.
So the kits alone are about $300 worth that you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided to do a fun incentive. So what was our date? Register before
Register
March
by,
7th, right?
yeah. Should we say before, or is it before March 7th or
Bye.
by March 7th?
Yeah, you're right. Because we're looking at it. 1, 2. Yes. And that's if they don't fill up before that.
Yeah,
But
because it is
register,
a smaller class,
yeah.
just to give you guys that, like, attention.
It's not
So,
going to be like 50 people.
no.
We can't handle that. We love people, but like you get overstimulated. We all do. Like
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't want
Yeah.
anyone being like forgotten. So yeah.
Yeah.
There are still
Yeah.
a handful of spots left. Someone said, how many spots left?
We need to look because we put it up there and a bunch of them started filling up. So the date is March 29th in Lehi, Utah, which is just you come into the Salt Lake City airport, you drive in, you live here, whatever. And then we're gonna do an incentive before like by March 7th. So we came up with some fun extras that those who register by March 7th get a special like gift bag from Katie and I.
Yeah.
Yep. So do you want to tell them about it? I have a list.
Okay. I'll show just a couple things
Okay.
that they could get. First, we'll start small. Okay. No, someone said how big? Is this like the LA class last year? No. LA class was like 45 people.
That was more people. We're going to be like 20, 25 tops. We want it to feel like we are like in it with you.
Yeah. So that's why it's like, you should probably book it quick, just in case they sell out. Okay.
Goodie bag for people who book by March 7th.
The sticker sheets.
When did you do this? They're so cute. She sent me a picture of it and I was like, when did you do this?
You like I don't know, like a few weeks ago, and they've just been sitting here, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with these, but they're so cute.
They're so
Should we get that?
Cute. So they're getting a sticker sheet of nail box.
You're getting, who knows which box I decide on.
Oh, are they getting some press-ons?
Some press-ons. Who knows which design? I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided, but you get that. And then, Hilary, what was your added thing?
We're going to do one more thing, though. We're going to give them an extra base.
Surprise.
Mystery base. Yep. An extra base, nail thoughts base. And then we're going to give them a free online class of mine. So that is $90. So about $100 worth. So
that you would get, and everyone already registered already gets it.
Already gets that.
But if you register before March 7th.
Yeah.
By March 7th.
Yep. And if everybody does, then everybody will get it.
Yep.
We're fine with that. We love that. I love that. And then that allows us to plan even better. So yeah, don't wait to register so we can plan really well so that we don't, because when we have classes like this, we have to make sure we set aside product and things. So that's why we set the date too for the 7th. And we just want to know who's coming. So we can do all the communication. We can see who's left-handed. We have the place already scheduled, make sure they're set up correctly, all of that. So get registered. Anybody who registers after March 7th doesn't get that $100 extra of product and incentives. What's the date? March 29th. So here's what you're going to do to register. You're going to go to nailthoughts.com or the link in my bio has the Nail Thoughts link, or Hilary Dawn Herrera. If you go to in-person classes, I have the link directly to Katie's page. It's just going to be easy. Just do nailthoughts.com or do the links in our bio, whatever works. And just claim your spot now because we're anticipating it fills up because you guys get to be with Katie in person. She hates it. It's going to be a really boring day. We're not going to be fun at all. No. Super boring day. That's very, very lame day. No, just kidding. We're going to have so much fun.
What's the date? March 29th, right?
March 29th. You're leaving to Korea on the 30th? Perfect. Come on the 29th, fly out of Salt Lake. I love it. Yeah, Google how far it is. Come, and this is the truth. We tried to make sure we chose a date that like even flights were good price. Like we did this very like consciously, dates we were choosing and all of
Mhm.
that. So March 29th, nail thought certification in class, where you get both Katie and I, you get to really dig in, ask questions, troubleshoot. You get
Mhm.
like a $300 value kit. If you register by the 7th, you get like a, I just barely was like, we did not add that up. It's like, it's a great kit. And
Yeah.
then like the about $100 incentive gift from us. So
Mhm.
we're just really excited.
Mhm. I think it'll be
Yeah,
really fun.
it's going to be
Mhm.
really fun. Does anybody have any more questions for us about Nail Thought Spaces, about the class,
Mhm.
how to find the class? What kind of lip gloss Katie wears? Like, what do we need to know? Favorite food? Come to class. If you want to know that, come to class.
Yeah. Also, I can't wait. I just can't wait to have my soda.
It's gonna be so good. Are you a
I can't wait.
caffeine girl? Like,
Yeah.
because you do the matcha. Like, okay,
Oh
so
yeah.
I need to know, like, if you were to choose a caffeinated soda, which one's your jam? Like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew. Where you
Mm.
at?
I mean, usually I'm not. Listen, I'm not like a caffeinated soda kind of girl, but if I was, I feel like I would be a Coke, a Diet
Okay.
Coke.
Oh, Stacy's already registered. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
yay.
Yay. I'm so glad you're coming. We're going to have so much fun. Okay. So it all started off like a dirty Diet Coke.
Okay.
But I think in
Which is,
real life, outside of Utah, people put alcohol in something like that. But
uh-huh.
here in Utah, we just add sugar. So like it has like coconut cream in it. Like there's
Wait,
creams added to the sodas.
cream?
They're really good.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm a sugar monster, so I can't wait.
You're gonna love it. So we'll get you something like that.
Mm.
One of my girls actually went to one of the soda shops and talked to one of the managers today about you. And we're working on seeing if we can get some soda. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, what they said. So it'll be really fun. Stacy, I'm glad you're coming. Um, okay. What was another question I just saw? We're gonna wrap this up here in just a second, you guys.
I feel like
So
my
hopefully
aren't loading.
your
So
comments aren't.
you be in church. My comments aren't loading.
Oh, what are
They're
some hints on new nail thoughts items for this year? Somebody asked.
let's see if I have any on my desk.
I want to know.
Um, yeah, one second. I'm in sweats. Hold on.
This is fun, you guys.
First, something like this. That's just your.
That was like a special bag situation.
Mm-hmm. Little glitter in the bag too.
Little bundle.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
But that's um, and then you don't even know. I don't think you guys are ready. I don't think we are ready. Even at the Cocoa's office, we were like, "Well, okay, here we go
Oh
again."
my
So no, it's gonna be a lot.
Okay. Okay. We're ready for it. I love that. Can't
So
wait. Now
yeah,
I'm like on the edge of my seat. That was a fun little sneak peek though that we
mm,
got.
yeah.
That's really fun.
Just took some photos. Just
Oh,
that'd be
it's
cute.
official then. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, babes, we're gonna go, but we hope we get to see you at the Nail Thoughts class
Yep.
in Utah on March 29th, all day with Katie and me in person. You get to like get into it with us. We get to put our hands on you and help with any problems you need
Mm-hmm.
and like fix and stuff. I'm buckled in, she says.
Oh,
And don't
you're
forget,
voting. You have to read them out to me. I
I'll
have
read
no
them to you.
idea
She
what
says, I'm buckled in, and somebody said, "Ooh." Did that help?
they.
Ooh, I was
Yes.
being the emoji.
They said, ooh.
Ooh, and make sure you register so you get that bundle from us. That little
Yeah.
goodie bag. That's going to be a fun one. We haven't done that before. So she's loving the stickers,
It's
you
just
guys.
so stupid cute. Like, why? Like,
They are cute. Oh, the bottle. That's so cute. Oh, I love that. SS Nail Studio says I had to get out and go register to secure my spot.
Oh, good.
That was awesome.
I know, because it is a small class, so I would book
Yeah,
it soon.
it's how we want it. We want to
Yeah.
be able to be with everybody in
Hmm.
person and like really get into
Hmm.
it. So, okay, babes, we love you. Yeah, we'll share, we'll save this.
Yeah.
Can't wait. You'll be there. Nessa Hairnell says she'll be there. So we got Steph, we got SSL, we got Nessa. It's gonna be so fun. So now I don't know what the numbers are at. You guys better
I don't know.
hurry. I
I know.
don't have, I
Keep
don't,
seeing it
okay.
like bzz, bzz,
You're seeing
bzz.
it.
So yeah, I'm
Please
seeing.
save this live. Love you guys. It was fun live. I'm just reading to you, Katie. I'm reading your bedtime story
Yeah, because
to everybody's
I got nothing.
comments.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. It's fine. You don't need to. Just look pretty. I'll read to you all night long.
Mm.
Okay, love this live. Okay, I'm gonna end it.
Okay.
I'm gonna save this.
Mhm.
Go to nailfoss.com. Register for class. I just realized I was yelling. Go to nailfoss. I got excited. Gosh, I was clapping and yelling.
Go book the gritted teeth.
And then I also have it linked in my bio link. We love you guys. We can't wait to see who we get to be in person with.
It's gonna be so
And we'll
fun.
get Katie. We'll get Katie some
Yeah.
soda. We get Katie
Oh
some
my
soda.
god, it's gonna be so fun.
Finally.
Can't wait.
Okay, love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. See you on March 29th, baby.